What exactly did Taehyung take at Jungkook's house? Why did HYBE choose mom? Is this early evidence of the divisions that have been covered up? The camera accidentally caught BTS's V doing something suspicious at Jungkook's house when he wasn't around, and as the truth began to come out, HYBE's silence ignited the ARMY's curiosity. What the hell is this? HYBE can't cover anymore. V was caught doing this at Jungkook's house when no one was around. Taehyung caught red-handed taking something that doesn't belong to him. Something's not right between them, but no one wants to say it first. Even HYBE chose silence, as if they knew. If one word came out of anyone's mouth that day, everything would change. But is it too late when a recording from Jungkook's home's CCTV leaks to the public and shows what even HYBE staff wish they'd never seen? The question is simple but disturbing. What is Taehyung really doing at Jungkook's house when the Golden Magne is not at home? Why didn't HYBE's staff, the manager, even Jungkook himself give clarification when the video started to get talked about? And what exactly did Taehyung take from the house until his facial expression changed drastically when he realized he was being recorded? We have to go back to 2 weeks ago. It was a seemingly ordinary day until someone shared a snapshot on the fan community that showed a figure very similar to Taehyung entering Jungkook's private apartment in an elite area of Seoul. At first glance, nothing strange. Taehyung and Jungkook have been friends for a long time. Visiting each other is certainly not new. But suspicions were raised when one of the building staff revealed that day, Jungkook was abroad for work with his production team, and that changed everything. Why did Taehyung enter Jungkook's house without the owner's presence? More than that, the question that shakes. What is the motivation to go in there and take something away with him? Is there written permission? Does Jungkook know? Or is this all part of something deeper and darker? It didn't take long for netizens to solve the first puzzle. They compared the timestamp of the elevator recording with Jungkook's flight schedule, then linked it to Taehyung's cryptic statement on the live broadcast a few days earlier. Sometimes, what looks close can actually move away when you never thought it would, he said at the time, staring blankly at the camera. Does that sentence refer to Jungkook? Even more shocking, in one of his Instagram stories, Jungkook posted an old photo of a closet in his house with a very unusual caption, "Some things should not be touched." The time? Exactly 1 hour after the news of Taehyung's recording began to spread in the Korean community, now the public is left wondering, what did Taehyung take from the house? Rumors began to circulate. Exclusive cooperation documents between Jungkook and an international producer, personal song demos, to memorable objects from the trainee's time that had high emotional value. Some anonymous sources even claimed that the objects taken were related to an internal conflict over Jungkook's individual freedom of contract with HYBE. Did Taehyung take something for HYBE's sake? Or for himself? Amid the suspicious silence, HYBE released a flat statement. "We will not comment on personal matters between artists." That's it. Without clarification. Without defense. Without denial. And precisely because of this, wild speculation is growing. The question changes from what happened, being what is being hidden. What makes it all the more emotional is the fact that the ARMY has long seen the familiarity between Taehyung and Jungkook as unwavering. They are a symbol of friendship that is full of warmth, mutual support, and complement each other on screen as well as behind the stage. But when the trust is suddenly torn by a possible betrayal in the form of taking something personal, all love and admiration turn into disappointment and surprise. One fan wrote, "If this is really happening, I can't imagine what it would be like for Jungkook to see the people he has always thought of as family doing it in his own home." But the questions don't stop there. Why did Taehyung do it alone? Why is there no accompanying staff? And why did his expression look so nervous when he walked out the door of the apartment, like someone who knew he had done something wrong? Some body language experts even analyzed Taehyung's gait from the footage. They noted a change in his hand movements that looked like he was grasping something hidden inside his jacket. Someone from among the former HYBE staff revealed that the expression was not the expression of someone who just stopped by or was nostalgic. It was the face of a man who knew he wasn't supposed to be there. Then comes one of the sharpest questions. Is Jungkook and Taehyung's relationship no longer the harmony that has been shown to the public? If so, then the tape is not the culmination. Rather, it is only the beginning of a larger crack that has been masked by cameras, fake laughter, and scenarios written by the agency and HYBE, by choosing silence, seemed to confirm everything without a single word. Now the fans are divided. Some defended Taehyung, saying maybe he just took something with Jungkook's permission. But others see Jungkook's silence as a form of disapproval, as a sign that something has been taken without his knowledge and without his consent. If nothing really happened, why didn't Jungkook show up to explain? Why instead upload vague symbols, short sentences containing grief, distance, and loss? And is it possible that, after all this, trust between them will never return? Now the public is waiting. Waiting for HYBE to finally tell the truth. Waiting for Taehyung to speak. Waiting for Jungkook to end this puzzle with one sentence. But perhaps precisely in that silence, all the answers have been there. And the question to ask now isn't just about what happened at Jungkook's house that day, but how deep are the wounds left by silence? No one thought that an unreleased demo song could be the beginning of all this. But that's the reality, or at least, it's what the voices behind the K-pop industry rarely expose to the surface. Several insiders mentioned that Jungkook was actually working on a super-secret solo project, something that HYBE herself didn't even fully know about. A song he wrote and recorded secretly, with lyrics that were too personal, too honest, too emotional, and too dangerous to leak. And somehow, the demo of the song was rumored to be missing. Yes, it's gone. Not broken. Not erased. But it's missing from the place where Jungkook used to keep it in his private studio inside his apartment. A few days later, CCTV footage shows Taehyung at the location alone. Coincidence? Or is that precisely the main clue? One of Jungkook's closest people, whose identity was deliberately disguised, revealed that Jungkook had frantically searched for something from his laptop and personal hard drive. He looks restless, like someone who has just lost something irreplaceable, he said. Furthermore, the person mentioned that a few hours after the fruitless search, Jungkook was seen calling someone and his high voice was clearly heard in the hallway of the apartment. But what made it all the more jarring was the one name Jungkook mentioned in the phone call. Tae, why did you have to do that? Was it a call full of disappointment? Or is it just a public assumption that goes too far? But if it's nothing, why does Jungkook look so devastated? The following days became quiet. Taehyung disappears from the radar. Jungkook refused all interviews. And HYBE returns to their most classic mode. Mum. But the public is not silent. ARMY began tracing their every last interaction. Taehyung's live, which is usually full of laughter, is now filled with smiles that look forced. Jungkook's Instagram stories, which are usually random and full of energy, are now quiet like a grave. Only one sentence he wrote in white letters on a black background. I'm not angry. I just don't understand. Instantly, the world of fandom turned into a battlefield. Some swear that Taehyung must have had a reason. There are those who believe that whatever he does, it must be for Jungkook's good. But others? They begin to feel betrayed. Not because of the taking of the object, but because of the destruction of the trust that has been the foundation of the fandom they love. If this is all for HYBE's sake, why should it be like a thief? If it was Jungkook's permission, why didn't either of them talk? And the most disturbing thing, why did Taehyung look anxious when he came out of that house? One fan even managed to zoom in on the image from the CCTV footage and found an astonishing detail. Behind Taehyung's slightly inflated jacket, a black corner of a thin, box-shaped object very similar to an external hard drive was visible. Is that what Jungkook is looking for? Then the bigger question arises. Why would someone like Taehyung take such a sensitive object without permission and keep it in silence? Was it requested by someone? Or is there a personal meaning behind it all? It is time for HYBE's name to be dragged back into the middle of the storm. An internal source who requested anonymity for fear of being fired revealed that Jungkook's solo project was most likely not officially registered with management. The reason? Jungkook wanted complete artistic freedom. He wanted the song to be purely his personal expression, without label interference, without censorship, without scenarios. But if that was true, then HYBE had a good reason to stop him. Dan, who are the closest people they can leverage to take back control? Is it true that taehyung was used to sabotage Jungkook's project? If yes, then it's not just about a fractured friendship. This is a... Shut up. That's Jungkook's choice, since all this is sticking out. But as the old saying goes, silence does not mean ignorance. Silence can be the loudest, quietest, yet most jarring form of protest. And if it is true, as many of the army now believe, then Jungkook's actions of the past few days were not simply not wanting to interfere. It was a personal resistance to the system that had shaped and perhaps bound his life. Some keen-eyed fans noticed that in the official rehearsal of the recently released snippet by HYBE, Jungkook appeared to be wearing a plain black hoodie with a small logo in the bottom corner that turned out not to be from HYBE's official brand. Instead, it's from an independent brand owned by a producer who is reportedly working with Jungkook on a secret solo project. Is this a coincidence? Or is it a hidden message that Jungkook won't stand by and watch his personal projects be taken for granted? Even more surprising was Jungkook's expression in the exercise. As a rule, he performs all-out smiles, choreography, jokes. But this time, his face was stiff. His eyes were empty. He seems to be physically present, but his soul is left somewhere. For a few seconds, he seemed to be trying to hold back something, until finally, at the end of the video, he quickly rubbed the bottom of his eyes that a tear. Meanwhile, taehyung looks increasingly depressed. In a live broadcast held 3 days after the issue broke out, taehyung only greeted briefly, answered a few light questions, and then suddenly turned off the broadcast for no apparent reason. But before the screen went black, one quiet sentence sounded quietly, almost like a murmur. "I hope he knows I didn't mean any harm." The sentence ignited a new explosion among fans. Who is he in question? Why hope? What is really going on behind the scenes that they never show the world? We can only guess, but the signs are becoming clearer. The person harbors a sense of guilt. And someone is being hurt. But who is really to blame? The internal source again opens the sound, this time sharper. Jungkook has always had two sides. The one that submits in public and the one that is critical in closed-door meetings, he said. And this project, that lost song, is a form of expression of his creative freedom. But the company is not happy. They want control. And when Jungkook refuses, they try way more, not immediately. Is the indirect way through his own best friend. If it is true that HYBE is behind all this, then the question changes from, why did taehyung do it? Being, why did HYBE make him do it? A company as big as HYBE is not an institution that acts carelessly. All measurable, all full of strategy. And if they feel that one of the artists is starting to become too independent, too free, then the step of putting things in order is not impossible, even if it will have to come at the expense of one long-established relationship. But here's the biggest irony of all. In their attempt to preserve the image, they actually broke the hearts of millions of people. Several theories began to emerge from international fan forums. One of the most interesting and also saddest is this. Taehyung doesn't actually want to do it, but he was put under pressure, perhaps even threats, to take the item as a form of loyalty to the company. And what makes it even more tragic, he knew his actions would hurt Jungkook. But he had no choice. The most heartbreaking part of this theory is not just because the two are victims, but because no one is talking. None of them made a sound. And in that silence, the public is left to guess, blame, and destroy each other. If this is true, then Jungkook is now trying to fight the system in his own way, by not talking, by keeping all those wounds in silence, and letting the public realize that something is very wrong. And taehyung? He carries the heaviest burden, being the face of an action that may not be entirely his own. Then where was HYBE when all this happened? A few days ago, when reporters tried to ask for confirmation after one of the artist's schedules, HYBE's representative only briefly replied, "We will only respond if this touches the legal realm." A cold answer that made the public tremble. Because of the hundreds of possible answers they can give, it is the most distanced, the least callous, and the most silencing. Finally, they met. But it's not what it used to be. Not in a warm embrace, not with laughter that breaks the room, not with the typical hug of two friends who have gone through hundreds of stages together. This time, they met in a quiet rehearsal room where only the sound of shoes on the wooden floor